I'm Chef Nicole straight here, back with CT Bites. You know, fall's upon us, that means back to school season, and all the parents pulling their hair out saying, what are we gonna make for dinner? I have the solution for you, a 15-minute delicious and healthy Baja fish taco recipe. Now, I went to school in San Diego and we had Rubio's, and Rubio's was known as the home of the Baja fish taco. So we're gonna do a similar and very healthy version of that. We're gonna start with some tilapia. Tilapia I call the fish for people who don't like fish. It has a very mild flavor, it has a firm texture, it's very, very readily available, and actually in our house we've even called it chicken. So anyhow, one piece of tilapia actually goes a very long way. We're cutting it into strips. So out of one piece of tilapia we've gotten 6 little strips here, and you can even make these smaller if you like. And in over here on our pan we have about a tablespoon of oil and about a teaspoon of butter. Now, if you're saying, why are you doing butter and oil? That's overkill. The truth is that butter actually has a great flavor to it, but has a very low smoking point. So, if you've ever left your butter in the pan too long and it gets brown and starts burning, that's the reason why. If you add some oil to the pan, it actually brings the smoking temperature up. So you get the delicious smoky flavor of the butter and the creaminess of the butter without getting the burnt flavor of the butter. So we're gonna put our tilapia fish pieces in. What I've put on here is a little bit of this delicious smoky Penzeys 4S. You can also just use any kind of like an adobo or a Lowry seasoned salt, but this is fun. So these are gonna go in here. And the great thing about tilapia is they take just about a minute to cook. They cook very, very quickly. And what we're going to serve this with here is just some mango salsa, which I picked up from Stop and Shop the other day. Very fresh and healthy. And here's a couple good tricks while our tilapia cooks. We're going to put in some lime juice in, and a really good trick, before you ever cut any kind of citrus, you want to give it a good hard roll with the palm of your hand. And what happens is it really releases all the liquid from the flesh and makes it much easier to cut and much juicier. We're going to do one diced up tomato. If you're in a pickle, you can always use a canned tomato, but a diced tomato is very easy to do. And we're going to cut up some onion. And a good trick, instead of trying to cut your onion while it's rolling, just cut a little tiny corner off here. That way you have a nice sturdy surface with which to cut your onion. So we're going to just cut some slices into this. I don't care what kind of onion you want to use, white, purple, yellow, makes no difference to me. The truth is that the purple onions are a little bit sweeter, but anything that happens to be on sale or whatever you have on hand is fine. So we've got those in here. Now come on over, because I'm going to show you our fish is almost ready to be turned. You'll see that the bottom of the fish is turning white. That's a really good indicator of when to know when to turn your tilapia. You'll see it has a nice color on it. Just turn all those over. And then what we're going to do is, after you've turned your tilapia, we're going to add some of the onion in. And again, we're not going to cook the onion until it's completely cooked through. We're going to cook it until it's basically called off raw. It still has a nice crunchiness to it, but it doesn't have that very strong flavor of onion. And then we're going to throw in a little bit of tomato here. And the trick with the tomato also is don't cook it too long. Just warm it through. If it gets cooked too long, you're going to make tomato sauce. We have some of that. We're going to add in the juice from our lime. Again, good trick, just hold your hand underneath your lime when you juice it. That way it'll catch any kind of seeds or anything else that might be coming through. Just be careful if you have a cut, it'll hurt your hand. So this is almost done. And then we're going to serve this with some corn tortillas, which we're just going to warm up right here. You can pop them in the oven, but I like to warm up my tortillas right here. And again, these take just about 10 seconds. We're not really cooking them through, we're just warming them up. Here's one, here's two. All right, these fish tacos are just about ready. And the easiest way to assemble these is just put a few pieces of fish right into your tortilla, some of this delicious onion and lime juice and tomato. You'll see the onions are really nice and firm, the tomatoes are just warmed up. And then a nice big dollop of this fresh mango salsa. This is really the part that I love. My kids don't love the mango salsa, but it's okay. We'll make one more of these. Again, you can have delicious homemade Baja fish tacos in under 15 minutes. Another great 15-minute meal here from CT Bites.